So to make our coated peanuts, you're going to salt your peanuts with some water. Then you allow it to dry a bit before you toast it in the pot to get it dry completely. Remember, we are toasting it, we are not roasting it. So after you have done that, spread it on a tray to cool down. While it's cooling down, go over to prepare your egg mixture that you use for coating the peanuts. So these are the ingredients we'll be using. I have beaten my 4 eggs. I just added the baking powder. I'm adding the vanilla powder flavor. Next, the milk powder flavor. I'm going to mix this to dissolve it very well because it's powder. Before I go on to add my liquid vanilla essence, I just mixed it. The recipe will be given or is given. The last thing I'm going to add, or second to the last thing I'll add, is my sugar. I'll mix that very well, after which I'm going to add 3 drops of liquid milk flavor. Then I'm going to leave this egg mixture to rest so that the so after the sugar has dissolved properly in the egg mixture, it's time for us to coat our peanuts. And you can see my groundnut is in a bowl. You want to use a white bowl for this, and my method of coating is not rolling the bowl. I use my hands. So to do that, I'm going to use a fork. I will turn the contents again so that I can pick up some sugar that has settled down the plate. I just added my egg mixture with my fork, and now I'm using my hands to mix. You want to make sure that you mix it very well so that every single granite in the bowl gets that egg mixture. I kept mixing. Next, I'm going to add my flour. Notice how I sprinkle it all over the bowl, and then I'll use my hands to mix properly, making sure the flour touches every single granite in the bowl. I'm going to repeat the process. Turn the plate to lift up any settled sugar. Then add to the bowl, take note of the quantity I am adding per time. I'm going to mix again. I'm going to mix again. Mixing very well so that all the groundnut, all the peanuts in the bowl will get that sweetness and the flavors that we have in our egg mixture. I've added the flour again. I'll continue doing this until I get to the right amount of thickness. As you coat, it will get to a point where it becomes more difficult. That is when most of the peanut has coated to some extent. At that point, the peanuts will begin to gum together, they'll begin to form lumps. Make sure you separate the peanuts. Don't fry it in that big lump that it has formed. You're going to use your hands to pick out each peanut, separate it, roll it again. It's very important because when you fry it like that, you are wasting granules because inside does not cook properly and it is not beautiful when you look at it having big lumps in your coated peanuts. So you're going to see how I take care of what I just told you about. I did the video, I did not cut it or shorten it so that you can see how I coat this peanut, so that you can see all the stages, because I don't like rolling the bowl. To me, it is stressful That was how I was taught, but that was how I was taught. But as I continued doing the peanuts, I realized it was stressful. After making a batch of peanuts, my shoulders and knees were paining me, so I devised this means of coating my groundnuts. So you can see the level of thickness we have here. You can see how I am sweeping my hand underneath the bowl to get all the groundnuts because it is now stiffer. Afterwards, I began to use both hands to lift up the groundnuts, and you can see me separating the ones that have formed lumps or that has gummed together. Please make sure that you separate it just as you can see me do, and then you roll again. So we have gotten to the right thickness of our coating. The next stage is frying our coated peanuts. Take note of the thickness. So I just added one of it into the pot to see if the oil is ready. My oil was ready and now I begin to fry. Take note of how I am frying. I am just shifting the peanuts gently with my frying spoon because at this stage it is tender. If you are too fast with it, your frying spoon will leave marks on the coated peanuts. So you want to be gentle. You want to go to the edges of the pot and move them as you fry. You're going to continue like this until you get to the right color or the right brownness or the right crunchiness. You want to make sure your coated peanuts is properly fried before you remove it. And when it gets to this stage, you take it out. Be careful so that